And during the time of the apostles and the Lord, there was mainly 3 tribes over there in the land of Israel, or in the Middle East, mainly in the Middle East, or in Asia Minor and all that was calling themselves Jews. It was the tribe of Judah, which is the head tribe. You had the tribe of Benjamin and the tribe of Levi. Okay? You had disciples of the Lord and apostles of the Lord that were of those people. Read that.
Acts chapter 13, verse 1.
Yep.
Now there was word in the church that was at Antioch a certain prophets and teachers.
Prophets and teachers, so you know they're Israelites. Keep reading.
As Barnabas and Simon that was called Niger.
Niger. Now when you look that word up in the Greek, it goes back to the word Negro. I think I'm pronouncing it right, which is Latin for Niger, which means black. Okay? Where you get the word, the slang word that our people call themselves all the time, nigger. Okay? The white man didn't know how to pronounce Niger properly, or Negro, so he called them niggas, or nigger. Okay? Which just means black, when you go back to the meaning of that word. So Simon was called, read that again, who was called Niger? That was of the apostles.
As Barnabas and Simon that were called Niger.
Called Niger. Paul. So Paul was called Niger. Okay? Keep reading.
And Lucius of Cyrene and Mayan, which had been brought up with Herod, the tetrarch, and Simon. Saul.
And Saul. All right. Okay. Let me get man, where's it at? Let's go to Romans. Okay, this is from Nature Has No Color Line by J. Rogers, page 49. Now this is going in about Negros during the time of ancient Rome, which is what we read about. Whole Acts 18, verse 1 through 2, it says, and Empress Claudius and Tiberius expelled them from Rome and sent their young men to provinces to be killed by war or hardship. If therefore there was similar strong dislike for Negroes, would we not have known it too? Dislike for Jews was not based on race. Coming from the east, they were so dark that many Romans took them for Ethiopians. The objections were religious, ethical, and political. I'll wait till the niggas pass. But read that real quick. Acts chapter 18, verse 1 through 2.
Acts chapter 18, verse 1. After these things, Paul departed from Antioch. And came to Corinth. And found a certain Jew named
Aquila,
born in Pontus, lately come from Italy, with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all the Jews to depart from Rome.
All the Jews to depart from Rome. And I'm reading the same account from here, where he wrote, and emperors Claudius and Tiberius expelled them from Rome and sent their young men to Providence to be killed by war and hardship. If therefore there were similar strong dislike for Negroes, would we not have known it too? Dislike for Jews was not based on race. Coming from the east, they were so dark, the Jews, the tribe of Judah, was so dark that many Romans took them for Ethiopians. The objectives were religious, economic, and political. All right? And Ethiopian comes from the word Ethiops, which means black face or burnt face. So what is he saying? He's saying that when Claudius, Emperor Claudius and Tiberius, when they expelled the Jews from Rome, all right, because of their belief, they were black, man. They were dark and they were mistaken for Hamites. All right, get Amos chapter 9, verse 7.
Destroyed by fire.
That's right.
I believe it.
That's right.
I believe.
All right.
Amos chapter 9 verse 7.
Yep.
Are ye not as the children of the Ethiopians unto me, O children of Israel?
Now we just read this account from J.R. Rogers from Nature Has No Color Line, which the image in the front of it is what the city of Charlotte is named after. It's named after Queen Charlotte, which was a so-called black woman, which most people don't know that. They don't believe it. They're a bunch of scoffers, man. Okay? That's why the Lord gonna melt their ass, man. And they gonna burn quite quickly because the majority of their body is fat. Fat burns quickly, especially when nuclear missiles hit their ass. Okay? But we going in about the Jews. We just read that most of the Romans perceived the Jews to be Ethiopians. The scriptures just said that the children of Israel was likened unto the Ethiopians. The Ethiopians are dark-skinned, or shouldn't say dark. They range from very dark to very light-skinned heathen nation, which Obama comes from. Which is why the mass majority of you simple-minded Negros are believing that he's of your people. He know he's not of your people. He's of a whole nother race. Okay? But you look similar to them. Alright? Now from there, go to Jeremiah 14:2.
Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 2.
Yep.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Yeah.
They are black unto the ground.
So the tribe of Judah, it says Judah mourneth, which Judah is the same tribe that the Lord came from. Alright, the reason why they mourn is because they're in captivity and suffering oppression under Esau. Alright? And the gates representing your leaders, they languishing because all these so-called black leaders that are set up for you Negroes, they're supposed to be a voice for you, a bunch of Uncle Tom, Coonin, stepping and fetching, simple-minded, sell-out niggas, man. That's gonna get put to death because the Lord's gonna X them out, man. All right, like Farrah Clown, Jesse Jackass Jackson, Al Slick Tongue Sharpton, Mr. Shoo-Wop Doo-Wop with that press, that slick back perm. Lord gonna kill that nigga, man. And he ain't for you Jakes, man. And he sold out. Keep reading.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Yeah.
They are black unto the ground.
Now when you look that word up black right there, it's Qadar, which means dark skin. It means dark skin. So it said that the Jews, the tribe of Judah, were dark skinned. The same tribe that who the world literally calls Jesus Christ came from, proving that the Lord had to be a man of color. Alright? And that image that the majority of you Negro, Latino, and Native Americans worship, that Caucasian image, alright, mainly you women, alright, that's not the Lord. Simple-minded niggas, man. Is that the end of that verse?
And the cry of Jerusalem is going up.
Yeah, and Jake is, mainly Judah is always complaining, man, and always crying. They want justice, alright? But they ain't gonna get no justice with them puppet leaders, alright? And under the so-called white man. Because out of all the tribes, he's going heavily at you. He want to turn you in. He's saying being black is the new gay. So now everybody assumes, just like we said before, everybody assumes that niggas is homos or bisexuals or want to be transgenders. You know, you're not an image of power or dignity anymore. Now you're just an abomination, all right? A flamer, a clown, a simple-minded athlete